I love that Cars on the Road is showing us parts of the Cars universe we've never seen before and we've never even fathomed before. I mean, a whale car wash, dinosaurs, clown cars. Well, I guess maybe a couple clown cars we've had in the past, but you guys know what I mean, especially the dinosaurs and this whale submarine car wash. I don't even know what's going on here. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get into it in a little bit here. But yeah, I don't really believe Cars 3 did that. I mean, we already kind of knew about the Piston Cup. The Demolition Derby was fun, but other than that, we were very familiar with everything in that movie. Cars 2 did a great job of expanding the universe, taking us across the world, seeing all sorts of different cultures, and I feel like Cars on the Road will do that just within the United States of America, show us all of that American culture that we really have missed out on over the last few years or the last few movies in the Cars franchise. So yeah, guys, welcome back to another Disney Cars unboxing, review, whatever you want to call it. Today we have the Whale Car Wash. This is a Color Changers product. Pretty obvious to tell. I mean, it's a car wash, so hopefully, at least what I can probably predict is McQueen's going to go into it. He's going to enter one color and he's going to pop out another color. So I'm pretty excited to see the functionality, how well it works, and we're going to test it out just like we did with those color changer like spray barrels in my last video. And I'll leave a link to that in the description below and card suggestion pop up in the top right hand corner. We had a blast with those, like for real. You guys probably know if you watch that video that we had like way too much fun with that, spraying the cars and all that. But yeah, it was really cool. This Lightning McQueen that was in the 2-pack there with the Guido sprayer is a different McQueen than this one here. So we'll compare those as well, and I'll also again bring back the color changers from that video. All right, so let's just take a look at the packaging here. Up top, it shows like a pretty basic stock image of it and what it's supposed to look like out of the box. Then you have Lightning McQueen here, the yellow one. And like I talked about in that video, you'll see this map behind all of the blisters. So, you know, whether it be a 2-pack of color changers, whether it be a single of color changers, whether it be a plastic car in a playset, you're going to see this map back there, and that is a great indicator that it's an on-the-road product if this logo here wasn't enough. Now, the original name for this, it's kind of funny that we already know this, was Submarine Car Wash, based on a stock image that we saw on one of the websites that listed this early. Not for order, but you know, they just got it ready as unavailable. Now you can kind of try it here. You can move this pity along and you can see how the track inside moves. So I guess that's how we'll move McQueen through the car wash. And you can see here's another image that shows McQueen getting drizzled on basically and changing color as the pity moves him there. All right. This is a very tall box setting. Like, it's way taller than you would think it is, you know, just by looking at pictures online. Like, I had to raise my camera up probably about 5 inches or so, which I never have to do. I only have to do that in really odd circumstances. You can see Whale Car Wash, Auto Lavado Balina. Let's take a look at these images right here. Fuel up. So before you go into the car wash, grab some fuel. Those look like they're right from Flo's VA Cafe with that teal color. Next step, you help the pity guide vehicles. And then dunk for the color change. So that's pretty cool, actually. I didn't realize there were like some tanks down here. So I guess that's going to be your cold color tank, and that's your warm colored tank. Cold color is going to be red McQueen, and yellow is going to be, or the hot is going to be yellow McQueen. This is made in Vietnam. And then the last step is to dry off and go. So there's a couple brushes down here that help McQueen, you know, dry himself off. I don't think those will work super great, but it's a nice visual aid there. Now, what's very interesting I found is that the stock images for this color changing McQueen, you know, red to yellow, is different from the stock images for the red to blue Lightning McQueen. Like, they are different shapes, which is just fascinating to me. This is a much wider looking Lightning McQueen, and this is kind of what we've been used to, you know, the thinner Lightning McQueen. So I find it really strange that the colors or the models for these stock images don't match. Like you'd think you would just have, you know, red, blue, yellow, and you just have 3 images, but we have 5 different images here, which is pretty wild. You can see the yellow one as well there. They're like, even look like they're done in a different program, you know, because the eyes just look different. They're shadowed differently. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Just pretty interesting to me. Like this one has way more realism to it in my opinion. Like you could see the shadows and everything, whereas this is definitely more of your typical computer generated image. But that's just me. That is just what I thought. Now I'm going to try and begin to open this. Actually, hold on. Before we get into it, I know I'm kind of excited, so I really need to slow down a bit. 2 things. This is being found at Target stores across the United States, and it is also available for pre-order on Amazon, I believe. Now, again, as I talked about in my review of those 2 packs, how is the on-the-road stuff going to be released? And, you know, when is the good stuff, quote unquote, going to come out? I think this is good stuff, but, you know, we're all referring to the diecast and whatnot. I think the diecast will definitely hold out for a good long while, probably not until September at the earliest, while some of this more playset, color changer type stuff, mini racers, are going to start popping out a little sooner. Like in the UK right now, you can get Dots Jammin' and Revo Koss as the single color changers. So hopefully those hit the United States here soon. I would not be surprised if they did. Now there's these new like mini racer tube play pad type things. And so far they've done 2 that you can buy on Amazon, a radiator springs and a piston cup one. So these aren't exactly exclusive or, you know, designated for cars on the road, but the one that is this dinosaur one on the right, and that is a pre-order on Amazon. Says that it'll ship anytime between like August 15th and September 6th. So again, the stuff's going to be coming out in waves, unlike what we're used to with Cars 3 and Cars 2, where, you know, it all just dropped on like one day in May. You know, it's just not going to be like that this time around. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you real quick is this really cool image from the Art of Cars book, or the poster Art of Cars book, where we actually get our only look at another submarine within the Cars universe. And this is based on the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and they call it Leaks Under the Seal, which is pretty funny. I do like that a lot. And so you can see this, you know, they look similar. Like they definitely have that same kind of submarine merged with a fish shape, which I think is really cool. Again, like I said, expands the Cars universe. Now this one definitely looks a lot more badass than that one right there, but I mean, let's be honest, this is like a military submarine and this is your typical car wash. I just have to point this out, Darla Vanderson, Denise Beam, those are actually cars within the universe that Mattel has made diecast for. So this is one of my favorite books that you can get, like period, not even just Cars books. I'm not a big reader, so when I get visual books like that, I kind of go nuts. But yeah, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to try and open this on camera a little bit, but most likely I'll have to do a lot of it off camera just because of how big and bulky it is. We'll start with the McQueen though. That'll be easy enough. Okay, that was actually 10 times easier than I thought it would be. So we're going to assemble it first, and then I will fill the water tanks and we'll get into it. We'll get after it. I'm actually surprised they included quite a hefty instruction manual. You really don't see instruction manuals often these days just because of how simple companies try and make things, and also they don't want to have to do, you know, stuff in a million languages, so they just really put like a picture guide. But this looks like a pretty extensive construction manual. Yeah, mostly a picture guide, but it shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, the first thing they want you to do is put the gas pump into that inclining piece of road. So that looks like, which one is that? So we have 2 pieces of road. It's the piece with only one thing on the left there. So that would be this one. And here is our gas pump. Yeah, pretty nicely done. You can move this down and the pump comes down. So yeah, very similar to Flo's V8 Cafe, probably meant to emulate that. So yeah, you could put that in there. It kind of slides around. All right, step number 2 is to put the drying sponges in the other piece of road. So here's your other piece of road. You're going to want to put the one that, oh, I guess it doesn't matter because they swivel. So these two pieces are identical. I really do like the swiveling action. And these click in super easily. Did I just jinx it? Did I just jinx it? Why isn't this one going in? Slightly interesting. They aren't in there like super tight, it seems. Well, you can't really pull it out, but like see how it, I don't know, it's just kind of odd. They do swivel around pretty nicely. They just kind of come up, you know, as it goes around the back. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. All right, what's up next? Number 3 is to attach both pieces of the road there. So this is going to go over here. Looks simple enough. Give me a good satisfying click. Give it to me. That was not a good satisfying click. I love like the branch snapping, satisfying type of click, you know, like when you just, you know, crack your neck, something like that, but that was not, no, that was not what we wanted. That one was better though. That one was much better. All right, step number 4 is to slide in the barrels, which they are already there. I guess probably that means to fill them. And look at this nice little thumbs up here. I love that. They're like, you're done. Have fun now. What does all this have to say? Oh my God, we have yet more stock images for this color changing McQueen. That is honestly mind blowing. Look at this, guys. There you go. You have the red McQueen and you have the yellow McQueen. And those are different images than what we saw on the back. Let me bring up the packaging again here real quick. I don't know why. Like, what are they doing to their graphic designs team? You know, they're just telling you, like, yeah, you're going to... They probably told, like, 3 teams, like, yeah, can you guys make up stock images for the color-changing Lightning McQueen? Like, should be super easy because you've already done a color changer Lightning McQueen in that same model. But they ended up just, you know, doing 3 different sets of them, so that's pretty odd to me, but that's pretty typical for Mattel. You know, that is honestly very standard for Mattel. All right, now there's some other stuff on here as well. That was only just one side. Down here, it just kind of gives you more temperature instructions. If it could stay open, please. Icy water, fill line. Okay, whoa, you got to put some up top as well. So yeah, there must be a fill line on here. I guess the fill line is that ridge there, perhaps? Or maybe, yeah, it is that ridge. Yeah, I think so. It's going to be my fill line. I'm going to make it such. And so yeah, it's on both. Just the ridge on both of them. That looks like lava. And then apparently there's a fill line on the top. Interesting that they have a metal screw in there. Hope that doesn't like rust over time. Yeah, this is kind of interesting to me. Does this come out? Or yeah, it must come out. What is this button? Does that like spray it? We'll have to look at the instruction manual again. But I guess you would fill it up to those like notches in there maybe. Let's do a little bit more reading here. Fill line. All right. What does this side have? All right, so here are more explicit instructions. Take out icy water tank and dunk for color change. And by the way, these show more images of Lightning McQueen. That's like a prototype of this color changing McQueen that has him in a Cars 1 Thailand McQueen model. And you could tell it's Thailand because of the black outline around the eyes. So I don't even know like where they're grabbing all these images. It's so weird to me. Number 2 is slide to move platform to the entrance and then drive up for the car wash. Okay, that's pretty simple. Where's number 3? Oh, here's number 3. Move your car under the water tank on top. Okay, basically where that whale's eyes are. Oh yeah, the red button is the sprayer. Spray with water for color change. I hope it looks like that. That looks awesome. That's an absolute plunge. Warm watercolor. Okay, so I wonder what color, what kind of water do they want us to put in there? It looks like maybe they want us to put warm water in the top, but it probably doesn't really matter all that much. And what is that? Number 5 here, slide to the right and race out. Oh yeah, I always race out of the car wash. Storage, drain, rinse, clean, and dry all items thoroughly before storing. Do not immerse set in water. God, I'd hope you wouldn't immerse this whole whale in the water, because the eyes up here on the whale is a sticker, so you don't want to get that wet per se. And then here's just your list of contents, which we already know. And again, there's yet another quote-unquote stock image for McQueen, and that is the Thailand Cars 1 model. I don't know. That's a die-cast model. Oh my gosh, they really botched that. I mean, it's not like it's that big of a deal. I just love that there's no consistency whatsoever. But yeah, that's it for the literature. It's nice to see a thorough instruction manual in color too. How exciting. One more comment before we, get wet is that this left a pretty nice background. I'm sure that there will be a nice forest setting in the movie, so this will probably match that. And, it could definitely take a lot of thumbnails up there like that. And this is based on, real life, like whale car washes. I don't think it might be based on a specific one, because there's several, and having a whale as the theme for your car wash is pretty, I wouldn't say it's common, but it's not like having a dog, like a whale. It just makes sense, right? Whale wash, you got that alliteration there. Whale is like an aquatic animal. You know what I'm talking about. It is an animal. It is a mammal, actually. It's not like a shark. Shark is not a mammal. There's some biology for you. But anyways, I'm going to fill this stuff up and we'll get to it. All right, so I think we're ready to rock and roll. I got the 3 color changer characters out here, and I do want to quickly compare this new yellow version to the purple blue version from the 2-pack. Now, it was advertised, as you know, from going from red to blue, but turns out he actually doesn't make it all the way to red. He kind of stops at this burgundy color, which is okay because, we're so used to red and whatnot that having this kind of very unique color is not so bad after all. Now, we'll see if this yellow one transforms back into red a little bit better. I'm sure it will, because it's already like on that spectrum of, the color spectrum. Whereas this, going from red to blue, 2 very drastically different colors. I think that's why it doesn't fully go back to red as much, but it is kind of comical that they advertise it as such, and yet, it just is a complete misconception, a complete false advertisement. And I think that they know that, but they don't want to advertise it as this purple one, just because McQueen is so iconic in his, natural red color. And so yeah, I got the pitties here if we need them. I have a cold bucket of water on my side if we need that. I filled these 2 up with the appropriate temperatures. Now, I did want to say you want to be careful how much ice you put in here, just because of the fact that, it can overflow the tank. And so you want to probably get a nice little balance between ice and cold water, so that when you slide it in there, it doesn't start overflowing, because you don't want to mess or anything. I also really like the grass texture that they do here on the playset. Now, warm water, that's completely fine. According to the manual, they did want warm water up here. So might be a little difficult to get water in such a small opening. I just kind of used like a medicine cup. It worked pretty easily, and I'm sure, a lot of you guys have them. So you just kind of dump it in there, nice and easy like that. This plastic is very durable, but again, like I said, you don't want to get it on that sticker. Again, another thing with the texture that I really like is the bolts and just kind of the randomness of all of these iron cladding. I don't know, the welding of it all, like it's very random and kind of just, done makeshift, and it looks pretty good that way. I like the fins here that resemble a fish. This one's like rubber, so you can move it back and forth. These 2 on the side are plastic though, and the teeth look cool. So yeah, I love this guy. I wonder if he'll actually be like a character in the show. I don't think he'll be necessarily alive, but maybe he'll be like Globy, where it's kind of like the mascot for something. So anyways, we're gonna just start doing exactly what they tell us to do. We're gonna get these guys out of here because we're going to use those buckets. But yeah, Lightning McQueen is yellow. By the way, he does have like the same decals, cars on the road, and a nice gradient bolt. Looks really cool. because it like starts at yellow, goes to red, and then back to yellow. So it looks pretty cool in his yellow form right now. All right, so he's gonna pull up here. He's gonna get some gas. We're gonna pretend that he just got fueled up there. Just paid an absolute fortune for gas. And actually, we gotta move the pity here. We'll take a look at the pity in a little bit, but the pity's going to move all the way over there. Oh, I love that. Look at how the track dips down where it gets all the way to the end there. I need to move the camera to show you guys that because that's a nice feature for sure. So the track is going over, it's level, but once it gets to the end here, it dips down and snaps right on in. So it's a flush roadway for McQueen to drive up onto. All right, so he's in and he stops right there. So that's pretty good. Move him along a little bit. Now we want to park him right underneath the head of the whale there. So when we press this red button, oh yeah, it works pretty well. He's not really changing. Oh, he's already in the warm color, isn't he though? Ah, that was pretty silly of me. So let's bring him out here. We're going to go backwards. That was pretty silly. I should have known that. We're going to put him in my cold bucket right here. We'll use the, oh wow, that's a beautiful red though. Hold on, wow. But yeah, we'll use these dunk bins in a little bit here. But yeah, now he's on his full-on typical red color. Let's take a look while we got him on hands here. This is a gorgeous red though, like it is perfect. Unfortunately, the color doesn't always change super well behind the sticker. I mean, you can see here that's the case with Mater. That's why I don't really like when they use stickers on the color changers, which is what they've pretty much been doing for a long time now. But yeah, this really is a gorgeous red. Like, wow, let me just get him in there again to make sure we got all the parts of him red. I'm gonna try and hold him by his tires so that the warmth of my hands doesn't change him. But yeah, wow. So yeah, look at that. These are technically the same color according to Mattel. All right, we're gonna try this again here. Drive on up. We're getting a little wet here, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna zoom in. We're gonna go in here and move him on over here. Okay, he's right beneath the head of the whale, who we're gonna call Wally the whale. And now I'm gonna press the button. Let's see what happens. And look, there's a little window here. That's pretty cool. Okay, that works pretty well, I have to admit. You know, it doesn't blow your wad immediately because there's only a little bit of water that this thing can hold. Maybe it can hold a decent amount, but let's see how much we've already used. Oh, it's pretty dark. Let's see if I stick my finger in there. Yeah, there's only a little bit left in there. But it doesn't blow your wad that quickly. Let's see if we can get a little more. Yeah, there's a little bit more in there. I'll refill it in a little bit here, but that worked pretty gosh darn well. Let's take a look at the pity here real quick. He does not have a name, but we can certainly name him. Look at the forks even move. That's pretty cool. He is stuck in here, but I bet, you know, if you want to Frankenstein it, you could probably unscrew all of this and take everything apart, but it's just a basic blue pity. Kind of like in Cruz Ramirez's 2-pack, you got this basic yellow pity. Although this one doesn't have a hat. This guy has a hat. All right, let's plant the camera back down here. And we're going to see McQueen exit. See how the dryers work. Oh, wow, he did race out. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, he just kind of comes out. And, yeah, he barely even touches the sponges here. They might have gotten a little bit of water. But, yeah, like I said earlier, those are pretty much just for show. So now, this is actually pretty cool looking. This is artwork right here, guys. Just completely random how it all came down. That actually looks really cool. Kind of reminds me of a video game paint job. I'm taking a screenshot of that because that's actually a pretty cool look. All right, we're going to use the bins now. So let's pull out the cold bin here and get them fully back to red. Perfect. Nice and easy. Now, it would be kind of cool if there was like a trap door underneath the track there that dumped them into the bins. I think that would be an elite playset if they were able to pull that off. I think this retails for like $25 or $30 at Target, so pretty affordable. But yeah, that would be really cool. That'd probably make it like a $40 item. And it'd be worth it though, because that'd be fun. And I'd say it'd be pretty doable. Put some trap doors in there. But I think they were going for realism here. We'll see how accurate it is to the movie, but I think this will be one of their first stops. So we'll probably find out pretty quickly, you know, what this actually looks like animated and how realistic it is to the playset here. All right, going back into the warm color, and now he is all yellow again. Well, these are some pure colors, definitely no false advertising here. The colors change perfectly back and forth without any issue whatsoever. All right, you know what? Let's put Mater in here and see what color is he. All right, so he's already in the warm color, so let's go a little half and half. These bins, you know, aren't super deep, so you can see here, if you wanted to get Mater all the way, you'd have to, you know, kind of go like this a little bit, move him around in there. So now he's in his brown color. Cruz also is rocking a little half and half right now. All yellow. And now all red. Yeah, this is why I like Cruz Ramirez the most, because her red is really pure. Wow, both of them look really good in their red colors. It's kind of cool to see Cruz matching McQueen's paint job. Awesome stuff. All right, so I'm going to refill that warm tank up there, and we're going to test the spray of the whale a little bit more, which it's kind of like an inverted, like, what do they call it when the whale, like, the blow? God, there's a name for it, but the whales, like, in real life, blow water out of their spout on the top of them, like on their head. And this is like an inverted version of that because he's blowing it beneath him. But yeah, I'll be right back, and we'll get back to work. Medicine cup coming in handy again. See how easy that is? Like, it's going in perfectly. There's no spillage. All right, so I'm going to try and blow the entire capacity in one go. Like, I want to see if it can fully change McQueen to yellow in just one fell swoop. So let's move the pity back over into the proper location there. Dry him off a little bit. Oh, don't want him changing back to yellow just from the warmth of my fingers, but it's pretty hard not to do that. I'm gonna have to grab him by the wheels again. Got him by the gonads. All right. You already got your gas. Don't need any more of that. You're on your platform now. All right, Mr. Pity. All right. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. Now, I don't know if we can maybe look upward and see exactly where it comes out. Let me do one little test here. So I guess it's like udders. Oh my God, those are basically udders. Holy crap. They really are. So it looks like the water kind of comes out of this red thing here as well, but that one just looks like spillage and mainly just comes out of those 5 holes right there. That's pretty interesting. All right, so hold on. We're going to redo this. Gotta make sure this is legit. I want to get him in one fell swoop. So let's get him back to fully red. All right. Got him underneath the others. Let's go. So unfortunately, it just doesn't hit like all the spots of him. You'd have to kind of move like the pity around here, you know, to get a few more of those spots. And we're out of water. That stinks. No worries though. I'm gonna scoop from this bin down here because we're not going to use these bins again today. I'm not a huge fan of the bins. Again, it's kind of awkward to pull them out. So like I said, I would have liked it. It would be kind of cool if there was like a trap door feature to it. So yeah, we're just going to kind of scoop, refill Mr. Whale, Wally the Whale. So I don't have to go back to the sink. All right, it's full. Let's see how easy it is to like move him around and try and get the entire body of him done. All right, so yeah, we're just kind of hitting those same exact spots there. All right, we can get that part a little bit better there. It's like, there we go, I got that. Let's see if we can get that top corner of his hood there. Oh yeah, there we go. Moving it back and forth. See, it's nice that you could spray, like I'm holding down the button while moving the pity at the same time. So that's pretty good functionality. It doesn't move quite as smoothly as I would like it to, but I do like the fact that like the forks kind of move. I think that's pretty cool as you move him along there. And then obviously, races out and gets dry. Now before we end off the video, I do want to just kind of show you a little bit more of the aesthetic of the whale here. You got like the submarine cameras, the little pipes that they stick out to look above the surface of the water. So that's pretty cool. Because, you know, you got to make this also look like a submarine. And I think they do a wonderful job. You know, the blue color checks off the box for the whale. You know, you got the teeth right here and everything. But, you know, having these look like fins and whatnot, along with the pipes up here and the bolts and the welding, all that makes it look like a submarine. Now these fins also are rubbery, like this one back here. So really, really cool. Let's take a look at the back side of it if you guys are... Whoa! The bins are spilling. Yeah, that was probably silly on my part. Let me put down the camera and then I'll try and turn it around. That would be wise. Yeah, so they stay in there pretty well. Like the bins latch onto, you know, a piece of the grass. So that makes it pretty easy to pick it up. So here's the other side. Now it would be pretty cool if like these were like transparent plastic. I was going to say glass, but you guys know what I mean. So you could actually look in from the other side and see McQueen going through the process. That'd be really cool, but they did not go that route. But yeah, either way, I think this is a great playset. Definitely being, you know, one of the first for Cars on the Road. They got to make a good impression, right? They got to, you know, start off with a boom, and I think they surely did. I'm really happy with this. I think the whale will look pretty cool like on display. Like I don't buy many play sets. One, because you know I don't really play with this stuff, and two, I don't have the room for it unless it's something that, you know, will look good on display. And so the dinosaur that is coming out is basically like the Screaming Banshee of the past. So that'll look cool on display, and so will this. I'll probably just attach those road pieces, and then I have basically a building from Cars on the Road. You know, it's just like collecting Flo's V8 Cafe, to me at least. Now, we'll see how accurate it is to the show, but I think that's pretty awesome. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments section below, out of these 4 color changers for Cars on the Road, which one is your favorite? No, unfortunately, the whale himself does not count, but he is probably, if I were to, you know, have to choose between the 5 of them, I would go with the whale every day, all day. All right, guys, thanks again for all the support lately. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon for another one. Bye now.